It is an honor to introduce Governor Gary Johnson. Wow! Woo! Oh, man. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. You honor me. You honor me. So I'm the temporary person up here on stage, meaning this is a liberty movement. Our America initiative is a liberty movement. It's not about candidates, it's about ideas, and these ideas really are going to live on. Chicago Cubbies hat, it's been since 1908, since the Cubs won the World Series. There's a symbolism here too also, all right? So, the Richmond Dispatch endorsed the Libertarian Party. Yeah, wow, wow. The Chicago Tribune endorsed the Libertarian Party. And I thought the Richmond Dispatch really had it on the head. They said that the future of politics really is being told by the Libertarian Party. And it is. Liberty, freedom, personal responsibility. So it's a movement. It's a movement, and next cycle, this is a growing movement, and next cycle it'll be, I think it's going to be just a whole cadre of candidates that are going to step up. I think we're just going to be amazed to see what transpires here. I really think that this is the death of the Republican Party. I mean, is Trump toast or what? I mean, this is just toast. And amazingly, all these revelations about Hillary saying one thing to Wall Street, saying another thing to Main Street, isn't that hypocrisy? I mean, and that's the one unforgivable in life, is hypocrisy, saying one thing and doing another. That's just... And if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. And if you tell the truth, you acknowledge the mistakes that all of us make all the time. And it's our ability to deal with failure, it's our ability to deal with setbacks that ultimately determine success. But you can't do that unless you acknowledge it in the first place. I got a call the other day, or I got an email the other day. It was my 100th email that went something like this. I got my first polling call today. Who are you going to vote for, Trump or Clinton? Well, I'm going to vote for Johnson. Okay, we'll put you down as undecided. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. kids right now, millennials, we're leading, and I say we, libertarians, this whole movement are leading right now in 3 categories. One of them is young people, 18 to 34. Now, we're actually tied with Hillary Clinton, 18 to 34, but since we've come from nowhere to be tied with Hillary Clinton, I think that the portent is that come election day, we'll actually win that demographic. But young people right now, young people right now are getting screwed. I'm going to get my health care. I'm going to get my retirement. But lucky if you get any of that. And President Obama's Affordable Health Care Act, that's a formula that counts on healthy people getting insurance to pay for those that aren't so healthy. I guess that's young people. And then with regard to these wars, who's out there giving their lives? Who's out there putting their lives on the line in wars that aren't wars? They're not wars in the sense that we were attacked and we're attacking back. We're the world's policemen. We've put our military in positions that is absolutely untenable. And we're also leading in that demographic among active military personnel. That say, this is not right. And right now, when people are going to register to vote, 50% of people that are going to register to vote right now are registering as independent. Where is that representation? Well, we're leading among independents also, which is really huge. This election is unlike anything else ever of all time and space. You've got the 2 most polarizing figures of all time and space representing the 2 major parties. Does anybody think that the polarization in Congress is going to get any better if either one of these are elected? There's no way. No. How about a third alternative? Libertarians, which at the moment, libertarians really represent the majority of Americans and have forever. It's just people don't recognize that. But libertarians, fiscally conservative, socially inclusive. Let's stop with the military interventions. Let's stop supporting regime change that has made the world less safe, not more safe. And let's support free markets. Free markets are all about non-government intervention. Government intervention is crony capitalism, picking winners and losers. But that's the majority of America right now. And right now, I think that the Libertarian Party is representing that majority of Americans. Big 6-lane highway down the middle that going to hire Republicans, Democrats, libertarians, nonpartisan administration, reaching out to both sides saying, come on to the table and let's deal with these issues. So when we talk about a balanced budget, that's young people that we're talking about. That's not putting this burden over on young people. And the burden on young people, the result of all this spending is going to be runaway inflation at some point. That's what's going to happen. I mean, if you've got $10,000 in your savings account and all of a sudden 20% inflation hits for a couple of years, all of a sudden now you've got 60% of that buying power. And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets worse than 20%. At some point it's going to happen, but we've got to fix it now. We've got to fix this. We've got to fix it with a balanced budget. And then on the civil liberties side of all this, legalizing marijuana. We have the highest incarceration rate of any country in the world. I refuse to believe that we're any less law-abiding in this country than any other country in the world. Military interventions, the NSA, turn the satellites away from you and I as U.S. citizens. Based on what I know as President of the United States, I would pardon Edward Snowden. I think the guy's a hero. Yeah. You know what really angers me about this whole process is dotting the I's and crossing the T's on geographic locations and foreign leaders. And because you can dot the I's and cross the T's on foreign leaders and geographic locations, that qualifies you somehow to put our military in harm's way where they're being killed, wounded, maimed, psychologically damaged for the rest of their lives, and that hundreds of thousands of innocent people are being caught in a crossfire because you're able to do that. That's what has to stop in this country. It absolutely has to stop. First, they ignore you, then they make fun of you, then they attack you, and then you win. Right now, I think... You know, it's been because of all of you, but I think to this point right now we've raised about $12 million for this campaign, which is just extraordinary. It really is. But it has been reported, numerous reports have been written, that Hillary Clinton is spending $50 million to discredit me. If you have been on the internet, I am the dumbest guy that has ever walked the planet. And I may be, but these issues are issues that are going to survive, all right? And they're going to survive because of all of you pushing this forward. And this is really a big thank you to all of you. This is really a big thank you to all of you that are pushing these issues forward. Free markets. Just take health. Free market, libertarian principles. Look, libertarians would love to have a check-off when it comes to taxes. Do I want to pay for bombs? No. Do I want to pay for... If we had that kind of a system, government would right itself in a very quick way. But when you look at healthcare right now as an example of free market, if we had a free market approach to healthcare, we would not have insurance to cover ourselves for ongoing medical need. We would have insurance to cover ourselves for catastrophic injury and illness, and we would pay as you go in a system that was very competitive. Government can create equal opportunity. That is something that government can do. But I think that health insurance to cover yourself for ongoing medical need, I think that's analogous to grocery insurance, something that we don't have. Imagine the grocery insurance experience where you walk into a grocery store, there's no pricing on anything because, of course, you have grocery insurance. Are you going to buy ground round or are you going to buy filet? Not much of a choice there, you got grocery insurance. No advertised pricing, no advertised outcomes, that's health insurance today. And those of us that are healthy are paying for those that aren't healthy, bringing competition in every single aspect of our lives. The sharing economy, something that's really exciting. I think the future is Uber everything. It's allowing you and I to be entrepreneurs, directly delivering the goods and services that we know that we can provide to the end user. End user ends up paying less. You as the provider end up making a lot more because you eliminate the middleman. And Airbnb, I think we've just seen the tip of the sharing economy. All of us are on par in this planet because of the internet. Has there ever been a better time to be alive? Every single one of us are on equal footing with everybody else on the planet. And yet there's a lot of legislation right now that's pending, really, to give advantage to those that already have advantage in the area, that have made money, they want to make more money, they want to have more influence. Government can really play a big role in providing equal opportunity. As governor of New Mexico, good government was easy. It wasn't hard. It was easy. It was easy to do the right thing. And in that context of doing the right thing, thank you all so much for being here. This with 3 weeks, with 3 weeks to go. Let's make a mark. Let's make a mark here, and that mark can still be winning. But it's going out there and it's pushing our friends, it's pushing social media. Right now, everything that we're doing is off the charts. We did a rally the other day in Phoenix, and this is just indicative of the rallies that we've been doing, but we did a rally in Phoenix the other day, 1,000 people, terrific turnout. Within 2 hours, over 400,000 people had watched it on Facebook Live. This is what's happening with, so this is a movement. This is a movement. I'm your temporary spokesperson at the moment for this movement, and I realize the faith and trust that you've put in me, and I'm very appreciative of that. But each and every one of you, I know, have a vested interest in what it is that we are talking about here today. It is a movement that will survive. It's the reason this country was formed. It's the reason for the Constitution. The Constitution is a document that limits the size and scope of government. The Bill of Rights is a document that protects the minority against the will of the majority. That's the country that we live in. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
The next President of the United States, Gary Johnson. Thank you so much to all of our speakers tonight. Michael Improvento, Terry Michael, Ed Lopez, Jerry McClellan, Carla Howell, Neil Franklin. I've been Travis Irvine. The tour continues for the next 3 weeks. Please go to libertytour2016.com and tell your friends Liberty is coming to a city near you. We're going. Please visit ouramericainitiative.org. Whatever happens in this crazy election, the movement continues from here, so please get involved. And last but not least, please go to fairdebates.com and sign our petition to open up the debates, because if they don't allow more presidential candidates in the debates by 2020, we're going to take away their tax-exempt status. You guys rock. Thank you so much.